All right. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. We started off last week, well, the last 2 weeks, with doing an introduction to Aventri and why we're using it. And hopefully we were able to explain to you that the main reason we're using Aventri is because we were told to. No, that's not actually true. It's because we want a standard way of being able to represent our calendar events to the public, and that would be people outside of SCCOE. So I think we were able to get that. We showed the basics of having to create an event, and our focus right now is to make sure that the PL portal, which is the catalog of public events, is updated. That PL portal is it requires 5 different things for an event to show up on. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's see if we can look into that. And then Lydia, if you wouldn't mind, if you can monitor the chat sessions, then we'll go ahead.
Sure.
And
I will.
all right.
And then I got it, Peggy. You may want to turn off your video. Go for it.
And then Lydia, tell me if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to go to seccoe.org/PL blah, blah, blah. And this is our PL portal that we talked about. And we can take a look at the different programs underneath here. So if I go underneath technology, I can see that there's an Aventri intermediate training event, and it has all this information. And we're going to recreate this event, and we're going to see how I did this information here and how I'm able to click on register and see the registration information. And that, I would say, should only take you about 10 minutes. It's going to take us 45 minutes because I'm going to be talking and sharing stories about my kids and my family and the vacations that we did all this last year. So I'll probably take a little bit longer. We're going to talk about not only how that you present the information in this registration type of page, but also how do you notify participants through the email notifications. All right, Lydia, do you think I'm going to miss anything, or do you think I've got everything covered so far?
You got it covered.
Okay, so I just went to Aventri.com. This is how I log into Aventri. I click client login, and I choose client login over here. Like we talked about in the other training, exhibitor login would be for like really advanced applications. And I did not save my password, Lydia. Don't.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I
you didn't
saw
see
you
that,
typing
did you?
it. Yeah.
Good. Because I'll have to cut that one out of the video, right? And let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, there's a test event right here. Maybe we can use this one as my event that we're going to create for this Aventri training. All right, so let's take a look at this event to see where is it loaded. Now, first thing I noticed is that this event is loaded under computer science as the program. Let's change that one right now to technology services. Okay. I've got the save and stay and the save and exit options. Save and stay lets me continue editing it. Of course, save and exit would kick me back out to the main screen. So I've updated that puppy. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the little pencil over here to edit it. And I'm going to look at some of the things that are required to be on the PL portal. The event code. Lydia, what was that event code that the PL portal needs?
PL.
Perfect. I just put the letters P and L in there. Oops, I think I just clicked somewhere and I have no idea. No, I must have clicked this little arrow thing, huh?
Yes.
The event status is live. That's important. It has to be on the event calendar. That's the third one. It has to be at a future date. And you can see the date passed. So that's why this date is not showing up. So let's put this date for tomorrow and we'll make it 6:30 a.m. That ensures that I'll at least get, actually, I probably won't get anybody attending this puppy, huh? But that's okay. It's just a test. And let's go to 7 a.m. All right, so I've met 4 of the requirements. That 5th requirement was what you saw me do on the prior page, which was what is the program that's under, and I put it under technology. So let's go ahead and save and stay, go back to the PL portal, and I'm going to refresh this page and we'll see if it shows up. Select the program, technology services. Hey, there it is, Jim's event. Okay, we don't have all the look and feel of this one, so let's go ahead and start working in that direction. Now, Lydia, yesterday I talked about, on the look and feel, the concept of a registration page. And some people have said, I don't want a registration page. Has that applied to any of the programs that you've created?
Turning off the registration page, yes, I think. If you look at my Lydia test.
Well, have you ever wanted an event that didn't have a registration page?
Yes, most of my events actually I prefer not to have a registration. I just want them to join.
Okay, so we're going to show you how to do that one. But what we found was when it comes to the integration in the website, there are some things that you won't be able to control. And let me specifically talk about the PL portal. This was designed by our web team and the professional learning catalog marketing team. And so they designed this in a very specific way. And one of the decisions that they made was that every event would have this register button at the bottom, regardless of whether you want people to register or not. So just know, if your event is going on the PL portal, you're going to have to think about your registration page. What will people see? Lydia, you are actually working with the web team to create a special integration onto your
To our web,
department's
yes.
web page. And you're not going to include that registration link, right?
No, I'm going to have it turned off on the widget.
Oh, on the widget, right. So then we'll show also, if for you, Lydia, if you did create an event, how would you add a register button just for that one event? And we'll demonstrate that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, because we can just add it to the description.
That's right. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. Before I go any further, throw a hands up, throw a chat message if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to explain anything that I've said so far. Y'all are with us. I'm not seeing nothing going on, right?
Nothing
Lydia?
going on, yeah.
All right. Anybody falling asleep yet? No, everybody's good there too. Good. All right. Okay, so I am on this event. You saw me update the basic information, and this is basically that training that we did a couple of weeks ago, or last week and the week before. What I didn't do here is I'm going to choose an event image. And Lydia, I liked that image that you used on your event. Could I use the same one?
Oh, go for it.
Let's see if I could find that. What was that looking like? Event management. Ooh, that looks pretty. And it's probably under your directory.
Are you
TDSD? There it is. So you probably loaded it under your organizational group, which is appropriate, right?
Yes.
So if you have an account and you're logged into a certain organization, that's where your images will load up. So I'm going to click on that. And now I've got that event image, and then I'll do save and stay. All right, so we're going to go to look and feel to talk about how to change that look and feel. And the look and feel is divided into two different groups. One is called the theme, and then one is called the headers and footers. So let's take a look at the page before I do anything. Up on the top right is the event URL. I can click on that. And you see all it says is new registration. And then if I go back to the PL portal and I click on this register button, that's another way I can look at the event page. Now, this is something that Lydia and I took at least an hour to figure out, but do you see that this page is not the same as this page? That's going to come up in a few minutes, because that's when we were trying to turn off registration, we thought we had it, but we realized this is a completely different page. So we're going to show you that challenge that we had and how we overcame it. All right, right now you're not seeing my image showing up. I'll just do a refresh, go back, drop this down to the technology. Look at, there's my nice image. I still have nothing there going on. Okay, so we get back to Aventri. I'm on look and feel. I don't like to have this Aventri logo, and actually I don't even like that picture. I don't even know what it is. Some type of circle, I don't know. So I'm going to go over here on my theme, on my theme editor, and I'm going to look down here on the right hand side and look for a picture I like, and I'm going to literally copy somebody else's. I was looking at somebody else's event, and I saw this picture and I thought, I like that picture. So I'm just going to double click on it. I've now changed that theme. I don't like the Aventri logo, so I'm going to go over to header and logo, and I'm going to select image from your database. And I remember, Lydia, you were looking through here and you found one called
logo. COE logo, yeah.
So, and then which one did you, oh, you like that rectangle one, huh?
I'll use the rectangle, yes.
Yeah, so then I'll hit save. So now I've just updated that template. Now, you can see I'm starting to do a lot of little things, right? And boy, I would hate to have to do this every time I create a new event. So what I'm going to do personally is I'm probably going to create an event, leave it in the draft stage, meaning that the status is not live. It's a pre-event stage. And I'm just going to do all the basic changes that I'm going to probably use on every event. That way, in the future, I'll just copy that event. All my settings will be the same and I'm good to go. All right, that's my little trick. But we've now modified the theme. I've modified the background. I've modified the header. If you wanted to play around with any of these things, you're welcome to. I looked at this one and I think I had a little bit of I don't know. It just seemed like some of my brain cells fell out of my ear when I started looking at this. Don't do it. It's scary. And then colors and fonts. I know Sonia would know what this is, but my goodness, this can drive you crazy. But if you do, if you understand it, have at it. Okay, so that is the theme editor. And we kind of talked about now, how do you make the look and feel of the site different? I refresh the page and it should look beautiful, right? And I refresh this page. This is the main page, and it should be the same. All right. So now what we want to do is, what about the information that's on the page? Notice how it just says, welcome, great. But it just doesn't say anything, right? New registration. So in order to update that, what we need to do is go to the section called headers and footers. And that's really where we're going to be able to change the content of each of those pages. So let's go ahead and add a header. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to cheat if you all don't mind, because I didn't set this up correctly. I don't have any content on my particular event. This content right here, I don't know if you know what this is. Literally, I just copied and pasted it out of the email that I sent you all. That's how I'm not doing the same work 100 times. I'm just doing that stuff. So let me put that in my event info under the description. You can see I didn't put anything in the event description. So that was as easy as it gets, right? Now I've got a nice event description. What does that do to this page? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, but I'm going to show you how I could make it do something. So when I go back to the look and feel, and I'm going to go to the headers and footers because that's where I'm doing my content, I'm going to add a header / footer, and I can make this appear on all the pages, just the welcome pages, or the new event registration page. Those are the 3 pages that I found are the most important. Like, for example, I won't use the travel page personally. Spouse and partner page. What's that for? I don't know. Maybe that's what you create and send it to your wife or your husband or whoever it is. I don't know. So those are my 3 pages. But let's take that welcome page and let's put some information on the welcome page. And I'm going to type the content in here. Now, just like on the description in the prior training, I could start typing in here. Instead, I'm going to use this little thing over here. And if you put your cursor over it, it says HTML editor. Don't let that fool you. This is really a non-HTML editor, meaning that you can play around with it anywhere you want. Now, Lydia, I could do this and paste that. Would you suggest? No, don't do that, right? Now, why would you say not doing that?
Because then you always have to change each time you change this text, whereas you could just use your cloning and whatever is on your description, you could use the merge fields.
That's right. So if I pasted this text and then let's say I had a typo in here, right? It was in 420. I got to change that on my description. Then I got to come back in here and change it on this page. Yeah. And oh my gosh. So instead, I'm going to use insert merge fields, event details, and I'm going to choose the description of your event. And that's it. Now, in the future, maybe I might remember to type / event description, blah, 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 blah. Maybe. I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to always click on merge fields. So let's just update that, save and stay, and I'm just going to see if that worked. Bam, right? It's very fast, very easy. And this is what I was talking about, how you can do this in like 10 minutes. We don't want you to be spending a lot of time on every event. So the simplest ways that you could do it, the better. Now, am I done? And that's a rhetorical question because I'm not done. By the way, if I refresh this page, I should see my description popping up here. Let's see if that looks good. And I go back down to the technology. Yep. See, I've got the description there, just like I did up here. And basically I'm recreating that thing. And then if I click on register, I should see a pretty page, right, Lydia?
Yeah, yes, it
You think
would
so?
have the description of the event plus
Let's see. Are
the
you ready?
registration.
Nothing.
Oh, why?
Nothing.
What did I
Why?
miss? What did I miss?
I'll show you what you missed. That was a trick, Lydia. I did that on purpose. I would offer a prize to anybody that can guess what I did wrong, but there's, oh, come
Oh,
on,
we
Alice.
only put it on the welcome page.
Is that what you were going to say, Alice? I was going to say, but I can't afford prizes. But Alice is like, nope, I want my prize right now. So yes, Alice, you were right. I did a welcome page header. Two things
not the
I can do.
registration.
I can either add a special header for that event details page. Oops, not the pop-up. It would be a new registration page. I'm sorry. I can add my own content here. I can even do something like this and create description, event details. I'll put this description of your event. And maybe I might want to add, well, let's go ahead and save it and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's refresh that page. And it looks exactly now the same as the other one, except this one has the email address. So let's go ahead and, because it has that email address, I might say something like this. Oops. I might say something like, enter your email below to register. If you forgot what you're registering for, don't really write this stuff. This is cheesy. What you're registering for. Here's the details. And then I'll do ahead and hit my save and stay. I'll do a refresh. And then that way, now my registration page looks a little different than the main page because it has this right here. My main page looks like this. My registration page looks like that. Now, let's say that we're talking about, Lydia, your event, right?
Yeah.
And let's say we do not want on that main page the new registration button. I think you know how to do that one, right?
Yes, we go to advanced setting.
Go to advanced settings. What else do I do?
We're going to remove new registration.
Remove new registration and modify registration from the welcome page. All right, so let's see if that works. And by the way, I forgot, this is always a nice one to check, right? Display event name on the header of every page.
Yes, I always turn this on.
All right, let's see what that looks like. So now I'm on, where's my welcome page? This is my welcome page. I hit refresh and hey, it doesn't say new registration.
Yep.
Now this is kind of what me and Lydia found, and it was the challenge. We thought we were done. We thought, hey, we've created a site that has no registration. We never have to worry about this again. Let's go ahead and confirm that one. So we went back to the PL portal. We refreshed it. And we said, select this one, technology services. And we're like, uh-oh, why is that registration button there? Well, this registration button is tied to the widget, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when someone clicks on it, they bypass that first page and they go directly to the registration page. So this is why, if your event is going to the PL portal, you do need to include a registration page. If your event is not going to the PL portal, for example, Lydia, I think I'm just going to show a preview of what this looks like. You're creating your own widget with Sonia, right?
Right.
And if I looked at these widgets, I can show you kind of what your widget will somehow look like.
Under technology.
There we go. So this is the all professional learning events. Sonia, don't worry, I'm not going to say what I'm doing here. I'm going to use this as an example. But on the right-hand side, you see how it says, where is the widget settings? No, layout options. Oh boy, now I got to figure out which one is it, the count event selections. Sorry, I'm there it is, calendar data. So do you see on this one right here? Watch what
Yeah.
happens when and you're looking over in this area, see the word register? I'm going to uncheck this. That's what Lydia is going to do.
Yeah.
She's not going to have the registration button on any of hers. Now, let's say that she doesn't, and she wants to, on some events, display a registration button. This might be something that and I'm just going to leave this site because I don't want to save it. So I'll just go back over here.
The resources, how can I direct the call?
Okay. So let's go back to that Jim's test event, and let's put a registration on that home page. Not this page, but we'll get this one right here.
All employment.
So let's say we want to put that in the description.
Electronically, would you like the fax number?
And then Lydia, you can catch that one if you don't mind. Look at the
Yeah, sure.
participants.
You need a signature of authorization,
Okay.
including the information that you need for
How
your
do I-
verification when you fax
You
it.
need some help on that, Lydia?
Did I mute everybody? I did too. I think I mute you too, Jim.
Oh, that was
Sorry.
good.
Okay.
I'll use that one in the future, right? Just mute everybody. Doesn't matter what you're doing. No, works perfect.
I just pressed the trigger, mute all.
All right. I have no idea what you all are looking at. Are we still sharing my screen?
No.
Okay. I totally Zoom bomber. All right. Okay, so we have I wanted to show you how can I add that registration page, and that what I would do is on the description. I go into this event description. I never touch this area. This is just nasty HTML. I always click on this little editor here. Okay. And then let's see. This is all I can expand it. Okay, so then I can go down here. I can hit enter a couple of times, and I think we found that there was a merge field that I can insert. Was it the
It's
registration?
events registration.
And that might not be under the event description. It might be under. Let's
I
see.
don't think it's on.
I just got lost.
Yeah,
Is it links to your
links to
website?
your website? Yes.
And then event registration.
Registrations.
Sure. I don't know. Fully formatted HTML link.
Okay.
Update link.
I know we
Save and stay.
we use one of those.
And then I'll do a refresh on this page. Oh, that's a
Right
terrible
there.
looking link, right? I don't like that one. There was a nice.
We
nice
want to
link
use the
that we used.
button.
It was the button, wasn't it?
Yeah, we want to use the button.
Oh, I don't like link. Who does a link anymore?
Mm.
No, that's actually me. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and insert merge fields. We're going to do links to your website, and there was an
And
event
there's-
registration button,
Button.
linked button,
Yeah.
event button. Update and save. And when I do a refresh on this one, it should be a nice little button. Oops, I didn't save the site, did I? Beautiful,
you
isn't
go.
that pretty? If I go to the PL portal and I refresh this page, now I probably will see two registration buttons, won't I?
Yeah, because it's the PL portal.
Because the PL portal has its own registration button. And then I got this register now button, and it looks a little different on this page. That's based upon the style sheets that Sonia had worked out when she developed it. So that's how you could add your own registration button if you choose your widget not to have one, but recognize on the PL portal, it always has a registration button. So you're going to have to take that into account and realize that you have to give people something to look at, even if it's nothing more than the event description. All right, let me stop
Okay.
there to see if there's any questions. Sometimes I talk fast or I just gloss over certain things. Did I skip anything that was important?
No, we're on the look and feel and registration. Yeah.
Okay, all right. No questions out there then. Now we need to talk about what information does the attendees
Provide.
right? So they're going to click on registration, but are we going to collect their firstborn's name, their mother's maiden name, all that information? And if I click on attendee information, and I usually stay on the active questions because of course inactive questions are inactive, I can see all the things that they're going to see. My goodness, we are asking for all this information. What's your prefix? What's your, of course, last name and first name is probably good, right? But job title. For my events, I don't really care for any of these things, right? So I like Sure, we want the email address, and we do want to verify the email address. This is something that I learned is, do you see on the register now, it'll say, where is my registration page? There we go. If I entered my email address right here, and I do continue, do you see how it says verify your email address? So I don't have to do that because I can just simply check. I don't want them to enter the email address on the first page, or I don't want them to verify their email address on the second page. My job is I want it to be as easy as possible for people to use the system. So all I really care about is their first name. I'm going to get their email address on the first page, first name, last name, and I don't want nothing else. This is all completely what you want, but the goal is for each event, you want to just decide what information is important and make it easier. Again, I am not going to want to be clicking these things every time I do this one. That's why I'm going to set up my event one time, and I'll leave it in a pre-event state, and then I can use that to copy it and just use that as my own template. Okay, so I just did a save and stay, and let's go ahead and I'll do a refresh on this page. Okay, and so there's my email. And now you can see all I got to do is first name and last name. As easy as that, right? If I really wanted to make it easy, I could have gotten rid of first name and last name, in which case I've got some really easy registration going on. All right. One of the things that we found out is that this word email space address, other space identifier, all these words, they're used in existing templates and in existing email communications. So the reason why I'm telling you that is Lydia and I were playing around, and we went in here and clicked edit. And I said, yes, edit this question. And we said, we don't like the word other identifier. So we started modifying it. And then we found out that things started breaking, like our communications emails weren't working right. And I think, was it Aventri that told us that, hey, don't change those fields?
Yeah. So anything that you see here, leave it alone. If you want additional question, do the add question.
Yeah, then I can
But
put
don't
this one
rename.
as,
Yeah, don't change or rename anything that you see from the active questions.
yeah. So you're welcome to add as many questions as you want. Like I said, mother's maiden, no, don't ask for mother's maiden name. That's a bad one, right? Social security number, don't ask for that either. But you can ask any questions that you want. Let me delete this Jim's question because I don't really want that. Just add them as a question as opposed to changing these questions, because this will affect other people as well. The one thing that I did notice was that, for example, on district organization, and for me and Lydia, we're just thinking this is magic, but I'm betting it's somebody that's already used the system and is well-versed in it that helped us out in this area. But when it came down to like the district and organization and other, see right here where it says drop-down list, specify drop-down options. Somebody has pre-filled that all out for us. That's wonderful. So that way you don't have to retype that stuff in. Now, if you did have to retype it in or created any list, importing multiple options was really nice, or you can just add them one at a time. All right. So Aventri can deal with all these questions and more. You don't have to do that on your events. The goal is not to overwhelm your attendees. The goal is just get the information you need to get and press on.
And Jim, let's also let them know that when you add something to the drop down, it is only on your event. It doesn't add it to everybody's else event on the drop down.
We thought that was neat, huh? Because we were going over here. I think we did it to county, right?
Yes.
And I went down here, and I think we just added a Hampton County, which by the way is in Virginia. So that's probably not. There we go. Specify drop down options. And I went all the way down, add another option. I did Hampton. And what we found out is it didn't affect any other of the registrations.
Only
so now
ours.
Just that Hampton added to our county. And I'll delete that one just for the sake of showing that I can delete it as well. All right. So now let's see what we talked about. We talked about the look and feel. Under the look and feel, we have a thing called the theme editor, which is just in general, what does it look like? That's your logo, the background image, things like that. And then we had the details that are on every page. And we can create those details by adding, they call it a header. And then you can assign those headers to any given page. And of course, you'll always see these copy things throughout Aventri so that we, once you set one thing up, you can copy it and then modify it to what you like. These are your pop-up windows. Here's my opinion on pop-up windows. I think they're fun. It's kind of like, what pop-up windows to me are like, Lydia? Have you ever learned how to use a transition in PowerPoint?
Yeah, it does. It's annoying though.
Yeah, it's fun at first, and you put like the spinning wheel one, and then the stars that fly through, and the swipe left and right.
Yeah,
and,
or the slow loading of pages, like real pages.
Exactly, right? That. And I love those. It's fun to do, but after a while, the audience is like, really, another transition? So that's kind of, and I'm not going to say that anybody that uses pop-ups shouldn't. Just use them sparingly, because you don't want your audience to be like ding, 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 ding. Kind of makes them feel like they're being sold or things like that. So,
and I'm not even sure if the pop-up here can be controlled. Remember there are pop-up where you could disable pop-ups.
Pop-up blockers can affect that, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think I have that, like ad blocker.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have ad blocker. So it might be affected by that too. All right, and then we talked a little bit about the advanced settings. These really aren't that advanced. You can look through them. It just makes you feel advanced, right? Ooh, I'm an advanced person. But these are the ones that I always use: display event name, and then you could, or you don't have to use this one. I'm actually going to uncheck that because my event is going on the PL portal, in which case I've got the register now button already there. So I'm going to do that one. There are payment settings. Does anybody on this call know if we've set up a payment gateway? Because I was told that it hasn't been set up yet, and I was going to work with Fiscal on that one. But then I was also told that some people are trying to use it.
I heard that that you have to call in to give your credit card information or something like that. You can't submit a credit card payment online. That's what I heard from Keisha, but you can confirm that.
So you're basically saying that if you want to select credit cards, then somebody's gonna have to call you up and say, here's my credit card information.
Yeah, it's like we can't, I heard, I mean, this is just secondhand and it may need to be confirmed, but I heard that we can accept credit card, but not online. We don't have the capability to do that online.
Okay, so that is exactly what I heard too. And that's what I thought.
And that internal business service has not completely
Now
do that part.
That said, I am on this. Don't think that we're not paying attention to it. Lydia and we've already set up a payment gateway with another website. We're going to be applying that lesson that we learned to Aventri, and that will come very soon. But as of now, we don't have payment options. All right. Last thing I'm going to show you is how do we email the attendees? And that is under the event info. And then under that, we have event emails. Okay. So these are the two basic emails that are set up that automatically happen. Already, when there's an incomplete registration, it's going to email the people. And when there's an initial confirmation of the registration, it'll email the attendee that information as well. The killer thing is every time I do one of these training sessions, you saw how I put my email in here, right? Guess what's going to happen tonight? I'm going to get an email.
Notification.
I'm like, what does it mean I didn't finish my registration? And it catches me every time. I'm like, oh, I forgot to complete a registration on something. So just know that if you're testing it, you'll get that email too. On the incomplete registration, let's take a look at it. And I'm betting that they probably, I already see they made a mistake here, didn't they? This should say El Cabrera.
Not yours anymore.
I'm just joking, but this didn't make a mistake, but I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to say that this is actually from Lydia, just so I don't get emails spam. And I can, spam. I could do that one, but I would probably, if it was my event, I would keep it mine. Some of you will be helping others create events, and maybe you don't want to receive those emails. Feel free to put the event organizer's email in there as long as they're okay with that. So I can customize that on the incomplete registration as an example. And then I can see down below, see where it says HTML content. Oh, I don't want to try to read these things. So I'm just going to click on this button to see what it says. And it's really basic. Dear attendee, we noticed that you started but didn't complete your registration for, and it says event name. So that means it's going to be pulling that event name in. So I don't have to, this is like a real generic, I don't have to modify it. And then if this is when blah, 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 right? And click here to try again. So that's perfect. I'm not going to even change anything there. A lot of people have asked me, should we be doing HTML and text, HTML only and text only? Remember back in the days, back in like, well, some of you might not remember this, but in the early 90s when email was first coming out, and the only people that had access to it was those people in the computer science department, if they even had a computer science department, around those screens that were blue, and all it had was that little dash line, like the DOS prompt, right? And they got the email and it would say hello, and they'd be like all excited. Well, that's the text only email. Those are the kind of people that they don't have HTML access. In today's world, most of us get our email through the computer or a phone, and we can handle HTML email. There's very few people that need text only email. And one category of people that might need it are people like my sister. And my sister does not like smartphones. My sister still has the flip phone. And so she might need a text only email. It's completely up to you. I feel like it's appropriate to do HTML only, and I think that would suffice for all of your customers. And then I could send a test email to see what it looks like, and it will send it to my account. Yeah, I think it's going to send it to my account because I'm logged in, but it will say it comes from Lydia, which is even better. Okay, so that's that particular one. I'm going to close it. I didn't save it, so I'm good with that one. And then the confirmation email. This is the confirmation email. Again, I can change this from email. I can look at what does this default say, dear F name, that means first name. Thank you for registering for blah, blah, blah. Here's your registration record, reference number. Please contact us if you have any questions. You know what I don't see, Lydia, is I don't see a email that will go out the day before the event.
Reminding them that they registered. Yep, we need to add it.
So now I could click add email, and in which case I'd have to type all that stuff in again, right? Or yeah, I'm going to click copy. I'll click copy that confirmation email. And instead of the email typing initial confirmation, I'm going to change it to custom email. I'll give this a name of day before reminder. Oh, it looks like I've used that before. And then I can update all these if I wanted to. Because I did the copy, it has all that information. And now I might just add on here, this is a reminder that you, and I'll just go registered for event name. And then I might even say something like for event name, which is tomorrow. Okay, and please find your registration record below. And then I'll save and update that one. I'll save and stay. And the next thing I need to do is schedule that email. So I'm gonna, before I click schedule email, I want you to see that I can click on schedule email here. Or if I didn't click on it there, I can click under schedule email blast, and then it will ask, select the custom email to sing. Oh, did you see what I did?
Yeah, you didn't save it.
Oh, yeah, I would have offered a prize, but Alice would have taken that one. All right, I'm just gonna do a quick one. I'm not gonna even modify my stuff here. So I'm just gonna change this one to custom email, save and stay. Oops.
And you need the reply email. That's why.
Custom email name, which was reminder. I can't remember what my custom email name was, but so I'll just call it reminder. And then it's gonna, my reply to email address is good.
Okay.
Okay, now I click on schedule, and now I can see that select, there's the reminder email that I did. So I only have one custom email that I've created, so I can schedule that one. Or I'm going to do it the other way. If I was back in this one, I could have clicked that schedule email and it would have taken me right to that schedule page. Then I can say send the email on, and I remembered that this event was on.
Oh,
I
we
think
need
I
it
scheduled-
tonight.
Yeah, so let's just go here tonight at,
Yeah.
let's go, let's put in the evening, like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we'll go ahead and click save and stay. And then we can identify who it wants to go to. Right now, I've got everybody that's confirmed in all attendee categories. I'll do just save and exit because I don't need to actually do anything anymore. And then
All right.
I'll click save and stay on this particular page so it saves everything. And now I have an event that is showing up on the PL portal that when someone clicks register, it will actually go somewhere. They can type information in like my email address, which unfortunately I'm going to get an email tonight, and I can collect only the information that's necessary. And then once I've done that one, then I can make sure that using these event emails, they'll get a confirmation email and a reminder email. And there you go. That is as hard as Aventri gets. Other than that, Aventri can be so much more sophisticated. It could do so many things, and that's up to you to where you want to use those options. And where I would always go to is on that left-hand side under the hamburger under support. You'll find a video for anything and everything that you might want to do. So someone asked me, how do I put an Outlook link on my calendar? Add Outlook icon was one of those search things. Where did that go? Add an Outlook icon. And so this tells me how to do it, and it's going to be using a merge field. So
Alice
a lot of
is,
help there. All
Alice
right,
raised her hand.
Alice, what you have for me?
I just wanted to share that if you want to prevent duplicate registrations, that you can move the first and last name to the welcome page.
Ooh. Let's go.
And then after that, once it's moved to the welcome page, a new line is added to your advanced settings where it says prevent duplicate registrations based on email address, first name, and last name. So if you go into attendee information,
That's right. Active questions. And then you're just saying, take this puppy up here. And I can literally drag it up here.
I don't think so. I think you need to edit.
You have to add a question.
Edit the first name. So
edit this first name.
Okay, so go
let's-
to edit this question, and then instead of where is that? You go to page format and validation, put it to the welcome page.
Welcome page.
Look at that.
And then save, and then do the same thing for the last name.
Okay.
So your welcome page is where you're putting everything on, right?
Yeah, so that's what I usually do for my events. I just have the welcome page.
Provide all the information.
I feel like it's much easier.
Then everybody going to tabs, right?
Yes, exactly.
And
so
then-
now when you go to, I think you need to save and stay.
That's right. I always got to remember to save, huh?
And then general settings.
General settings,
Okay.
and then just scroll down to the very end. I think it's other miscellaneous. You see prevent duplicate registrations based on first name and last name.
Name and email address. Okay.
And so if I only
Then
had
save and
email
stay.
address on there, it would have said prevent duplicate registration based on email only, right?
No, it won't even appear on your advanced settings.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is something that I had to research because I'm like, there must be a way to prevent duplicate registration.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
So
yeah.
unless you add at least a first name or something on there, then you can't play with that. So if I click
Right.
on register now, I should see there's this information. Oh, I'm going to register for my own event and I'm going to get an email again. And if I click continue, there's probably not going to be any second page because I didn't have anything on that second page to fill out. Very good. Alice, you have just winner, chicken dinner. What is the prize today? Yeah, I know.
Hooray,
Oh.
hooray,
Oh.
Alice.
Yeah, yay, clap.
You got the hooray.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for attending. And if I don't see if you have any more questions, you're welcome to stay on and we can talk more.
You can ask Alice.
I know, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. You're welcome to stay on. Oh boy. But play around with it. Enjoy it. As long as your events aren't live, you won't have to worry about them showing up on the calendar. Keep them as a pre-event stage and then and see what you could do. All right. Well, have a good one. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.